Yeah, 21 lessons with Taja. You already know what it is. Pull a chair, sit down, come learn some. You already know what it is. Yay! Oh my god. Hey guys, it's Taja back for another lesson. 21 lessons with Taja. I'm on the road to being 21 years old, and today I'd like to talk about being okay with being alone. So, there's this huge notion that just because you're alone doesn't mean you're lonely. And I feel like so many people struggle with that idea. The thing is, when I was younger, in high school, I was like a freshman, sophomore. I remember crying to my dad because I'm like, Dad, I didn't have anyone to sit with at lunch today, blah, 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 blah. Like the people who I usually would sit with, Dad, it's just not working out. Like I just don't like, it's just all of these things. And I felt like there was just a time in my life where I wasn't meshing well with anyone, where I just got tired of certain friendships. It just felt it felt like such a stress and such a pull. And I just got tired of hanging around with people. So with that, me being tired of hanging around with people, I was alone many times because for me, although I hated being alone at that time, at least I had some measure of peace because I wasn't being pulled on or bogged down by a bunch of people. Now, during that time, I hated being alone, like I said, because I felt lonely. And now I'm at a point in my life to where I love being alone, and that's becoming my biggest issue because now it's like I don't want to be around anybody. But that's a whole nother thing. The Lord is working on me. But when I say being okay with being alone, enjoying time by yourself, you don't always got to pick up a phone and call somebody. You don't always have to go out and hang with somebody. You don't have to have friends like that. Like you should have friends. You should. Let me rewind that. You should have friends. You should have people you trust who you can rely on. But at the same time, don't let that thought rule you. It is okay to be alone. Some of my deepest revelations, some of my biggest growths have come from being alone. Because how can you grow? How can you have time to think? How can you have time to feel and really reflect on who you are if you are constantly around noise? Sometimes being alone can be a lifesaver. So that's my 2 cents on being okay with being alone.